As we get older, a variety of age-related biological changes occur that can contribute to decreases in muscle mass, strength, and function, leading to a general decrease in physiological resilience. This could lead to physical disability, mobility impairment, falls, and decreased independence and quality of life. However, it is not all doom and gloom, as there is strong evidence to support resistance training can be extremely effective to counter the many consequences of aging. Physiological adaptations to resistance training include improved muscle mass, improved muscle strength, improved muscle power, and improved neuromuscular functioning. Functional benefits of resistance exercise training include improved mobility and physical functioning, improved performance in activities of daily living, improved psychosocial well-being, and improved resistance to falls. To help design evidence-based recommendations for resistance training for older adults, the National Strength and Conditioning Association published a position statement on resistance training for older adults, produced by Maren, Fragala and colleagues. To give you an idea of what is considered an older adult, the position statement was based on reviewing previous resistance training studies that involved participants 50 years of age and older. This presentation, brought to you by Talking Sports Science, will be a summary of their 4 key recommendations to consider when designing resistance training for healthy older adults, or you're an older adult yourself wanting to resistance train. Let's dive into the recommendations. Recommendation 1, volume. Volume refers to the total amount of work performed in a session. 1 to 3 sets per exercise per muscle group with 6 to 12 repetitions is ideal for healthy older adults. For older adults who may be frail or beginning an exercise program, it is recommended to start with 1 set and perform 10 to 15 repetitions at a lower relative resistance, and then progress to 2 to 3 sets per exercise. Moving on to recommendation 2, intensity. In terms of intensity, it is recommended to begin at a resistance that is tolerated and gradually progressed to 70 to 85% of 1 repetition maximum. Also include power exercises at high velocities within the program, using 40 to 60% of 1 repetition maximum. This is to promote muscular power, strength, size, and functional tasks. Lighter loads are recommended for beginners or individuals who may be frail. Exercises should be performed in a repetition range intensity zone that avoids going to failure in order to reduce joint stress. Moving on to recommendation 3, exercise selection. Within the resistance training program, it is recommended to select 8 to 10 different exercises that target major muscle groups by using multi-joint movements. For individuals who are just starting off or frail older adults, or those with any functional limitations, it is recommended to use machine-based resistance exercises, resistant bands, or isometric exercises. Isometric exercises are where your muscles work but you don't actually move. For example, pressing against the floor or a wall. Whereas older adults who don't have any movement limitations and are otherwise high functioning will gain added benefit from free weight resistance training, such as using barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, and medicine balls. The exercise selected should be complex and dynamic movements with base of support or body position variations that mimic tasks of daily living. And on to the final recommendation, recommendation 4, frequency. Training frequency represents the number of resistance training sessions performed per week per muscle group. It is recommended to perform resistance training 2 to 3 days per week per muscle group on non-consecutive days. And then lastly, things to consider. A properly designed resistance training program with appropriate instructions for exercise technique and proper spotting is safe for healthy older adults. Resistance training programs can be adapted for older adults with frailty, mobility limitations, cognitive impairment or other chronic conditions, and even for those in assisted accommodation and skilled nursing facilities. Finally, all resistance exercise programs should be aligned with the specific individual needs and capabilities of each older adult. Hope you found that useful, folks. This presentation was brought to you by Talking Sports Science. Thanks for listening. See you next time.